morning, everybody. What's up and happy Tuesday. My name is Jaya Williams, and you're watching my morning sports report where I update you all on the latest news you need to know in sports. Now, with Olympics at a wrap, basketball season's over, same with hockey. There's not as much to talk about, but there is still quite a bit going on in the sports world, of course. So let's go ahead and get right into today's updates. Starting out with a little bit more on the NBA. Frank Jackson will be returning to the Detroit Pistons. He agreed to a 2-year deal with the team. And as we all know, Carmelo Anthony is now a member of the LA Lakers. LeBron James told him that the time is now for the two of them to team up. As we all know, the Lakers have gotten a lot of players that are over the age of 35, casting some doubt that they'll be able to reach a championship at their age. As I told you guys a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, LeBron James did tweet out addressing all of the haters, saying that he wants them to keep that same energy when they end up getting to the championship. So let me know your thoughts on the situation with the Lakers below. Do you think they're too old to be contenders, or are James and Anthony and all the other players going to come and rock LA out of the park? Let me know down below. But transitioning to the Wnba, the Mystics player Del Dawn has returned to practice. She was out with 2 back surgeries over the last 2 years. She hasn't returned to the team since October of 2019, back when she won the Mystics a WNBA title. There's no set time when she will return to game action, but it is exciting to see the 2-time MVP be there back at practice. So congratulations to her for her recovery. Liz Cambage is also back with her team, Las Vegas Aces. She hasn't been back since the Olympics. She was supposed to be in the Olympics, but ended up not participating to focus on her mental health, a lot like, Simone Biles, Naomi Osaka, just putting her mental health first. But she is back with the Aces, so that's always good to hear. And Nneka Ogwumike is expected to be back on Sunday. She is a forward for the LA Sparks. She's been out with a knee injury, but it's looking like she's going to be in good shape towards the end of this week. Now talking about the Diamond, transitioning over to some baseball news. The Yankees and Royals game was a little interesting yesterday. The first game where both teams were scoreless until the 7th inning, and then from then on they finally scored. But it was quite the game. In other MLB news, though, a little bit of controversy during the Rockies and Marlins game yesterday. A fan was thought to have been shouting out a racial slur. The team claims that the fan was shouting for the team's mascot, whose name, as we know, is Dinger. And I guess people thought that he was screaming out the N-word with a hard R and was confusing Dinger for that word, so that he was trying to call the mascot's attention to get a photo. The Rockies are doing a whole investigation on this situation, so I guess people were really rubbed the wrong way by it. It's unclear whether he was really shouting something out or maybe it was just him saying it with the mascot. So their investigation is including calls, emails, they're researching the video clips, and I guess we'll see what that's all about. A little interesting news there. Moving on, though, Cleveland has placed Bobby Bradley on the IL list. He injured himself sliding into the plate on Friday. And in other injury news, the Yankees' Gleyber Torres is also on the IL list on a thumb injury. So hopefully both of them can recover as quickly as possible. And in the world of soccer, as I told you guys, and everybody knows by now, Messi made his move from Barcelona to PSG. He's flying out to Paris this morning to finalize the deal. His deal is for 2 years with an optional 3rd year, so I guess we will get more information on that later today. And before I go, got to talk about a little bit of football news here. Lamar Jackson is back after his 2-week quarantine. As you know, he tested positive for COVID for the second time around and was out for a couple weeks, but he's back with the team. He returned to camp on Saturday after missing 10 days. The Ravens quarterback says he wants to keep learning more about the vaccine, And when asked if he will get it, he said, quote, "We'll see." So there you have it. He's still deciding whether or not he wants it. He's not alone in that. A lot of NFL players are still on the fence as to whether or not they're going to take this vaccine. Saquon Barkley, on the other hand, returned to Giants practice as well for the first time. This is since him tearing his ACL. He was activated off of the physically unable to perform list on Monday after undergoing his surgery back in October. So congratulations to him for his recovery. He's hopeful to play in week 1. He missed 17 of the Giants' last 42 games in the regular season. And their first game will be up against the Broncos on September 12th. So we can expect to see him on the field. Pretty exciting news for Giants fans. And Dak Prescott, who also was injured. He had an injury at camp due to some light slowing. He hasn't practiced since that shoulder injury back in July. It's doubtful that he's going to be playing in these preseason games. Definitely not the Friday game up against the Arizona Cardinals, but he is still working towards his recovery. But with all of that being said, you are now up to date on all of the latest news in sports. Thank y'all for tuning in this morning. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sports 2.0 network down below. And be sure to tune in again tomorrow because I'll be here every morning to make sure you always have the newest updates and always know what's going on in the world of sports. I'm Jaya Williams. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.